U.S. and India, a strategic partnership at risk. America is often criticized for its short-sighted foreign policy, with a reputation for changing course on a dime. But a closer look at its relationship with India reveals a different story, a long-standing bipartisan commitment that has consistently deepened over the last 25 years. This strategic outreach, which began under the Clinton administration, has survived 5 presidencies until now. Donald Trump's sudden and seemingly irrational hostility toward India could be the biggest strategic blunder of his presidency. After the Cold War, the U.S. began a deliberate and sustained effort to build ties with India. President Clinton's visit in 2000 was a resounding success, laying the groundwork for a new, warmer relationship. The real turning point, however, came during the George W. Bush administration. Recognizing that a rising China was reshaping the global landscape, Bush's team identified India as the single most important counterweight. At the time, India was the world's second most populous country, a burgeoning economy, and a natural partner in preventing Chinese dominance in Asia. The main hurdle was India's nuclear weapons program, which had led to U.S. sanctions. The Bush administration chose to reframe its approach, treating India not as a pariah, but as a major power on par with France, Britain, and China. This led to a historic nuclear deal that ended India's international isolation. Expertly managed on the Indian side by Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, this deal was a watershed moment that paved the way for a much closer relationship. A growing alliance from Obama to Biden. The relationship continued to flourish under subsequent administrations. The Obama administration made India a cornerstone of its pivot to Asia, backing New Delhi's bid for a permanent seat on the UN Security Council and significantly increasing trade. The first Trump administration also made a crucial leap forward, elevating the Quad, a defense group including the U.S., Australia, Japan, and India, and giving it real substance. Trump also cultivated a personal relationship with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. President Biden built on this momentum, forging even deeper cooperation in defense and economics. The result has been a partnership so strong that India is now collaborating with the U.S. on manufacturing everything from fighter jets to computer chips, and has even surpassed China in exporting smartphones to the U.S. market. A sudden reversal. India has a complex history. As a country colonized by the West and ruled by Britain for 2 centuries, it developed a deep-seated desire to remain non-aligned. During the Cold War, it found a key ally in the Soviet Union, especially as the U.S. supported its rival, Pakistan. As a large, diverse, and messy democracy, India must navigate its own domestic interests, which often make diplomacy with a superpower like the U.S. challenging. Despite this, years of painstaking and patient American diplomacy had gradually nudged India closer, aligning their interests and actions. Then came Trump 2.0. With little to no warning, Donald Trump has risked undoing decades of diplomatic effort. He has placed India in the highest category of 12 unreliable countries, alongside Syria and Myanmar. Meanwhile, he's given Pakistan a significantly lower rating, and his family's firm has been linked to Pakistan's National Crypto Council, fueling suspicions of backroom deals. Trump has publicly insulted India's economy, calling it dead, even though it has been one of the fastest-growing large economies in the world for years, and is on track to become the 3rd largest by 2028. India, with its long history of non-alignment, had been slowly but surely leaning into a new policy called multi-alignment, which allowed it to maintain good ties with everyone. However, persistent American diplomacy and the shared threat of a rising China had been encouraging a closer relationship with the U.S. The damage is done. The trust that was so carefully built is now in jeopardy. Even if Trump changes course, The damage is already done. Many Indians now feel that America has shown its true unreliable colors and its willingness to be brutal to its friends. They are likely to hedge their bets, seeking to stay close to Russia and even considering making amends with China. The shock and anger over Trump's behavior have united the country. As someone who has long urged India to forge a closer partnership with the U.S., the world's oldest and largest democracies, I would now find it difficult to give that advice.